Hello everybody and welcome back to my room and to my channel. I just want to say a quick thank you to all of my Patreon supporters and special thanks to my Patreon supporters that support me at the best friend or the boyfriend tier. So thank you so much. I couldn't do this without you guys. If you're interested in supporting me and keeping my videos ad-free, you can check out my Patreon or my other links in my description. So thank you, and let's get into the video. Hello everyone. I just want to also say thank you so much for your guys' reception of my latest roleplay video that I put out. I want to do more. I like doing them. You guys think I'm a good actor. I'm not. That is why the video went from being 38 minutes to a total of almost 12, but 11 minutes actually. So regardless, I know you guys enjoy it. The more that I do them, the better I will get at doing them. So that one was actually the first roleplay of the two that I've done that I actually scripted out and planned. So it was a little more intensive than, actually no, I've done three pretty much, but it was a little more intensive than me just kind of sitting down and winging it like I did the last two. So I had a lot of fun doing it, and I remember watching Fantastic Four First Steps and just thinking like that would be a lot of fun. So if you guys have ideas of characters you'd like to see me play, please comment them and I will see what I can do. I have an idea for one that I am already working on that hopefully, my goal is for this one to be at least 15 minutes, if not 25 in total, but we'll see how that goes. I have a really good idea that I think you guys will like, and I'm very excited about it. So yeah, I'm just like, I haven't really sat down to work out the script just yet, but I've been doing some research. So yeah, let's get into some triggers though. I have a couple things. One of them is some Polaroids and a Polaroid album that I'm going to show you guys. I have these pictures are from probably 2019, so that was like the year before, what are we calling it now? I guess we can just call it COVID, which I'm pretty sure, oh god, I want to try to remember the sign for it. I'm pretty sure it was like this or something, I don't remember. Guys, I want to make a sign language video, but from my understanding, making videos of doing ASL is kind of controversial because a lot of people make videos and they try to teach sign language, or some people might use videos where people are using American Sign Language as like the way to learn sign language, but a lot of the times either they're not actually using full American Sign Language or they are hearing individuals doing it like myself. So I want to be respectful and not overstep, but I think there's a way I can do it and not be disrespectful. And I also want to say, like, if I ever do any sign language in my videos, please do not use it to learn sign. I'm not amazing at sign language. I can have conversations in sign language, but it's not something that should be used to learn sign language. Anyway, random tangent, but yeah, let me grab the first item, which I actually have right here. So I got a new photo album for my Polaroid I got a new album for, like I said, my Polaroids. So, the story with this is that the Polaroid cameras that I like to use are not your kind of slimmer, I don't know what the dimensions are exactly, but I don't use those Instax, Fuji, whatever, slim ones. Nothing wrong with them, they're really cute, but I don't know, I just love the square Polaroids, the OG Polaroids. So, the thing I was going to say is that actually this type of photo album in different designs and stuff, even just in black, is quite difficult for me to find. And I think in general, a lot of places like Urban Outfitters don't carry photo albums of these particular dimensions. So I had to wear this, and I have probably 4 or 5 in total, pretty much full of these. And I have even more Polaroids than fit in these. And not all of them are winners, to be frank, but the ones that I keep in here in these are pretty nice. I do like them a bit, so I'll show you a few from in here. So like I said, pretty sure I said, this is from my San Francisco trip where I went to meet my friend for the first time. We went for other reasons, my family and I, but my friend and I met on Minecraft years ago, and this was the place I met him for the first time. And so we told him, we were coming and that we'd love to hang out with him and that kind of stuff. And so he showed us around the city, and as he was going to school there at the time. So of course I brought my Polaroid and I took some pictures here. Actually, no, yeah, that was the first time we had met. But I'd been another time as well. So this is a picture of the iconic bridge, the Golden Gate Bridge there. And here is another one from the bus tour we were taking over the bridge. Now, if you guys have never been on one of those buses on the bridge, I just want to tell you, at least in my opinion, it was horrifying. I really don't like heights, and that was honestly kind of fine, but when you're on a bridge like that, it's almost like some people have a fear of massive man-made structures, and I honestly think I might have that. So maybe looking at that was quite scary, but also just being up there on this massive thing and just like going so fast on the top deck is really scary. Like, I remember my whole family was like mortified, but it was really fun. And I just to go on this whole tangent about how it was horrifying and say it was fun. I don't know if you guys have seen that video of the girl, she's a boxer, and she's like being interviewed, and the lady says, how are you, I think, or how did it go? And she's like, she's busted up, like her face is like beat up, and she's like, I had a great time, something like that. But me and my coworker used to quote that all the time. Anyway, here's another set of pictures here. Excuse my reflections going on, but just some trees. These streaks here, as you can see, I'm pretty sure these are caused by debris being on the rollers when your film rolls out, and it scratches the surface of the film and it can leave streaks. And honestly, it does it does bug me a little bit, but there is some sort of magical look to it, ethereal look to photos like that, especially these ones. I forgot what beach this is, but you can kind of see here those streaks coming up. It's kind of like some sort of kind of like people getting raptured or something. I don't know. And yeah, so we went to a couple places when we were there. We went to Alcatraz, which was very fun. We took the boat across, obviously, and did the like audio tour. And again, this was before COVID, so everyone was borrowing and using like these headphones and stuff. And I remember after that, when COVID was starting, I remember thinking back to that and thinking that was crazy that we were all touching that stuff. And I thought like we would never go back to doing that again. But now I don't really think about that. Do you guys ever have thoughts about how different things were before COVID, how different things were during, and then how different things were after? Like now, it's so odd, but interesting to me. Anyway, so here's some more Polaroids. This is of my sister staring out at the ocean, and here's another one of just the ocean in general. There, I'm like trying to peek out from behind. I really like that photo. This album's actually not very full. I think I actually took more photos, but I just didn't think they were good enough to put in here from San Francisco, so it kind of ends a bit abruptly. And full disclosure, I didn't show you all of them, but these are a few. This is again of the beach there. But yeah, this was my San Francisco Polaroid album there. Of course, it's like a navy blue color. I love the picture that I picked for the cover too. I think it looks really good. Also, a little story about when I was there. I think during the photos of like my sister on the beach, there was a girl, like, so the ocean's down here and we kind of were up here. You can like walk down and stuff, and there's some rocks around, and we were like, you know, kind of walking and looking around, and I kind of walked in front of this boulder, and I heard music, and I looked around, and there was a girl kind of like high up, and she was just listening to music out loud, and she was working or doing some homework, I guess, and I thought she just looked really cool, and I feel like one of those guys on the street that was like, I really like your look, but she was just doing her thing, and I thought she was really interesting, and I asked her if I could take a Polaroid for her and give it to her. So I took her photo and I gave it to her, and honestly I don't know how that picture turned out, but by some miracle, if you find this video, tell me if it turned out like shit. I don't know, but sometimes I'll do that. I'll take a picture and give them the Polaroid if I have my camera around, just because I feel like people don't often get to have like a physical photo immediately, and it's kind of fun and it's cool, just a cool souvenir, I guess. But did any of you guys use that app called Laps? Because there was some magic to that when it first came out. I have a whole bone to pick with Laps because this app was very fun. It was very niche when it came out, and you could essentially take a photo and it would take a while to develop, and then you'd look, your phone would tell you that you have a photo that you can look at and develop. And then you can choose if you want to share it to your albums or to your feed or whatever. And it felt very personal, and you could put music to each album, and you could put music to play on your page when people looked at it. Now, Laps for some reason lost their license to use music, and then they also changed some things with how their app works. And like, I think now photos can develop immediately, which I despise. That's completely not the point of the app. And not to mention they put music, they put it back, but it's not the same way. So if you are a developer for Laps and you happen to see this as well, what are you doing? What happened? And email me, because I need to talk to you. Anyway, that's enough of my gripes with that. I have another thing that I'm going to show you here, and let me see if I can find it. Okay, here it is. So, I have another little sketchbook. Now, this one is not used yet, and I really think I'm just going to save it to use for things, but I also have another idea for it, and if you follow me on one of my other specific links, I think I mentioned on my Patreon actually, that I might be taking requests for specific types of drawings, so go check out my Patreon. If you're interested in that, you might find what I'm talking about. But maybe I'll use that specifically, or this specifically for that. I don't know. Sketchbooks like this just make the best tapping sounds, and then they also have some letters there, lettering, embossed, I think is what you'd say. Recently, literally about an hour ago, I think, I had someone come out and fix my internet because I was having many issues with my internet just completely dropping, saying I was connected to the internet and it being low quality and then just completely disconnecting. So, I don't know what that, well, now I do know what that was about, but I had someone come out and they finally fixed it after 3 people, them included, had come out and looked at it. So I might be able to stream again, or I might be able to stream now, because my internet was very unreliable as of late. So we might be seeing some live streams from me very soon, of probably different kinds. So if you're interested in that, I hope you are excited. So, I also have some updates for some Patreon things that I want to talk about with you guys and get your feedback and opinions about. And I'm going to put this down and talk about that. So, if you guys don't know, I have a Patreon. I plugged it at the beginning of this video. I have different tiers and stuff for support and stuff. Now, I post boyfriend roleplays on there at the highest tier, and I am always looking for new ideas, so let me know if you guys have ideas for boyfriend roleplays that you'd want to see, and if you're interested in subscribing to my Patreon, that would obviously benefit you, so let me know, and I just need more ideas, I think, of what you guys are interested in that regard. And I also, I don't know if some of you are familiar or not, I used to do, on that same tier, I used to provide custom videos every month that were about 2 minutes. I'm thinking of reintroducing them finally, now that I'm kind of gotten back on my feet a little bit, and I have a little more energy now after that training last month that I had with some personal matters. So if you guys are interested in that, let me know. It might not come back exactly the same as it did, but regardless, if that would pique your interest, let me know, and I will add that back. So get excited about that if that was something that interested you. So, as always, leave your feedback in the comments and tell me, even if it's just videos that you'd like to see from me on here as well, because as you know, I only post once a week on here, and I can definitely post more. I just need to know what you guys really like, I think. So, fill me in, and I will keep playing around with different things. So, yeah. And, oh yeah, I also went back to just the mustache. I hope you guys aren't too offended by it, but it may have something to do with the roleplay as well as me just wanting to do this, so, because I like it.